Marissa Darkwolf, a white supremacist who is dating another white supremacist who is a sex offender level 3, who is found liable in a court of law, by the way, Miguel Miranda, aka Damien, who is a child molester who is actively defending child molesters, like FaZe Foxy and many others. Hey, Marissa, just curious. Have you talked to your mom about why, in your silence, you voted for a rapist? Hmm? You're dating one right now. Have you talked to your mom about why you're dating Miguel Miranda? Hmm? Have you talked to your mom about, the 77 million people that voted for Trump? Hmm? Have you talked to your mom about that? Oh, no? Then why are you dating Damien, Miguel Miranda, who is a literal rapist who is found liable in the court of law for sexual assault, for suicide? And he uses his kidney failures as an excuse to get away from his troubles. Let's not also forget that whenever he does some bullshit, he goes into hiding for 3 years, by the way, and waits until all the people who went after him die down or calm down, and he comes back and he goes after minors again. And you're dating him, which means you yourself is a pedophile. You, Marissa, are a pedophile. You are dating a pedophile who voted for Donald J. Trump, by the way, who voted for the molestation of Eugene Carroll and Katie Johnson. Have you talked to your mom about that, Marissa? And I'm not talking about your role-play mother. I'm talking about your real-life mother. Have you talked to your mom about that? Oh, no? Huh. It seems to me that the reason why you're dating Damien is just so that you yourself can be like Damien, a child molester, right? That's the reason why you created your YouTube channel. And that's why you created, your bio that puts Damien as your father. Why? Because you are a rapist supporter. Now, Marissa, let me give you some actual history before you begin to judge other people. How about we judge you for what you are? Okay? So, you went to the voting booth with 76 million other people, and you saw the presidential election between Kamala Harris and Donald J. Trump. You went to the voting booth and said, how could I benefit Damien while trampling on minors? That's what you thought, right? So you went to the voting booth and said, how could I support Damien while trampling on minors? So you went out of your way and said, let me vote for Donald J. Trump. And that is exactly what you did. You are a white supremacist. And you're dating a white supremacist who is a sex offender level 3, by the way, who has been on the watch list, by the way. So, Marissa, before you can actually judge people, how about we judge you on how you only listen to white history? You were brought into the lie of American exceptionalism, that we're the best of the best of the best. No, we're not. We're a paper tiger. Do you know why Donald J. Trump has never fucked with Japan? Or never fucked with Russia? Oh, that's right, because they have nuclear bombs. You and 76 other people said, let me vote for Donald J. Trump, and that is exactly what you got. How did they get voted for? You don't deserve empathy from me. You're dating a pedophile. You don't deserve empathy from me. You deserve the guillotine. Hey, Marissa, just curious. If you're Christian, allow me to give you a scripture that talks about pedophiles, okay? And why it's directed towards pedophiles, okay? So, Marissa Darkwolf, you're a Christian, right? If you are, let me give you a scripture of what Jesus was actually saying. And I'm going to give you the context version. Okay? So, if we go to Mark chapter 9, verse 42, it says, and I quote, "But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea." Do you know what basically Jesus was saying to to his disciples about pedophiles? Now, defile can mean anything. Defile means murder. Defile means rape. So what Jesus was basically saying out of context, whoever rapes my children, beat them up. Why haven't you gone out of your way to go to Riverside, California, to go into Damien's house and beat him up yet? Ah, that's right, because you don't want to be uncomfortable. You rather support a pedophile who is an adjudicated rapist who literally went out of his own way to make minors end his own life and their lives. Why? Because he didn't want to be uncomfortable. He didn't want minors to speak up about what he has done. And you, Marissa, are supporting that. So you can shove up your white Christian values up your ass because you never cared about God. You played him. And I'm going to be, and mind you, I pray to God that I have a popcorn and I sit there alongside the 24 elders and you come out and I dare you to say to God that you cared about Renee Good and you cared about Alex Pretty and you cared about the children when you yourself literally dated a pedophile who is dating minors, by the way. So, Marissa Darkwolf, also known as Marissa the White Supremacist. Before you can judge people, how about you judge yourself on how you're a rapist? On how you're a rapist supporter and a pedophile enabler. You are enabling Damien. You are what, like 20 years old, 30 years old? I do not care for your age. I do not care. You are a pedophile supporter. You went out of your way and said, hey, let me be in love with Damien because raping children is okay to me. That's what you think. Right, Marissa? Right? Because you're so MAGA. Right? And because you voted for an adjudicated rapist who was in the White House, you stayed with Damien. Right? So you can shove up your fucking lies up your ass. Saying, ooh, I never dated Damien. Ooh, I never loved Damien. You did. You enabled him. So, with that being said, Marissa Darkwolf, I'm not going to leave you alone. The same way I'm not going to leave Miguel Miranda alone. Until they get it, until y'all both get it through your thick skull that y'all both are pedophiles. Point blank, period. End of story, hard stop. Every pedophile deserves the guillotine. That includes you, Marissa, because you are a pedophile supporter. You are supporting a man who is literally on the sex offender list at level 3, by the way. Level 3. Oh, praise Jesus. This is you, Marissa. Oh, praise Jesus that I have somebody that loves me for me. Oh, praise Jesus that Damien is my lover because him raping children is what I love. That's you, Marissa. That's you, by the way. That's you. I'm not even joking. I'm not even saying this to clickbait. That is you. That's you. You went out of your way and said, hey, I love Damien Darkwolf because I want to be a rapist like Miguel Miranda. So when you stand before God, Marissa, you can expect no empathy from Jesus because you never knew him. And as a person of faith, I will call out every atrocity on the planet. That includes the both of you. And I don't care. You can maul, see, cry. I don't give a fuck. You, Marissa, is a white, fascist, troglodytic piece of dog-watering embarrassment to society. Because you allowed a 37-year-old man to go after minors the same way Trump went after minors. Now, let me give you actual history, Marissa. Since 1619, what have white people done? Lynched black people on trees. Black people weren't allowed to vote until the 1960s. Women aren't even allowed to vote 200 years after. And what do we do with the black people? We beat them, we've lynched them into trees, we put them in cargo ships and cargo boats, and we dropped them into the ocean and fed them to the sharks. That's what we did. And ever since that day, black people are worth more than us. Because mind you, America is not our country. It is the Native Americans. What did us as white people do? We stole it from them. So, with that being said, Marissa, with now the actual history that you learned, I hope you realize the issue. You're dating a pedophile who is a white supremacist who voted for Trump, which means you are a pedophile supporter. You are a Trump supporter. Oh, and don't worry. I'm not gonna leave y'all alone until y'all lock yourselves up and get the guillotine. That's all there is to it. See, a predator catcher is someone who catches predators, right? But a predator poacher is someone who kills them. And you're looking at one. And you're hearing one. I am a predator poacher. And I'm willing to go out of my way to kill pedophiles. For the fun of it. Because why? Because pedophiles deserve death. They don't deserve mercy. They don't deserve forgiveness for what they've done. So, Marissa, you can yap it up all you want. You can make post after post after post after post. You can make post after post after post. But when you stand before God, and when God shows you the 187 schoolgirls that were bombed in Iran, don't say, I cared for them, because you never showed a shred of regret while you were on earth. So, Marissa, have yourself a white day and have the day you voted for. And when you are thrown in jail or for life imprisonment, don't blame the black people. Don't blame Cody. Don't blame Cody. Don't blame Prince Chaos. Don't blame anybody else but yourself. That is exactly what Damien's doing. He's blaming other people just so that he can continue going after minors while still shifting the blame onto other people. That's the reason why we're here. Because people like you and Miguel Miranda exists. That's why we're here. And it's about time that people that look like me call out the atrocities of every shit. Paul Lance, a YouTuber that I watch, calls out the atrocities of Donald J. Trump. Schlepp calls out the atrocities of what happened in Roblox. Me, I call out pedophiles and the atrocities of the damn planet. Why? Because I am a person of faith. Paul is a person of faith. And Schlepp is a person of faith. We despise and loathe pedophiles like you. And we hope you deserve the guillotine. Have a wet day.